Side scan sonar overfishing. Assalamualaikum and a very good day. My name is Nurul Aimawata binti Jamahari and my partner Brian Abraham Anak Ben will presenting regarding marine instrument side scan sonar with title Overfishing. From these presentations, you will know what is overfishing and side scan sonar, the causes of overfishing, the impacts of overfishing on sea life, the solutions that can be taken to prevent the problem, and the conclusions. Introductions: Overfishing and side scan sonar. A famous person once said, "The ocean is like a checking account where everybody withdraws but nobody makes a deposit." This is what's happening because of overfishing. Overfishing. Ocean overfishing is simply the taking of wildlife from the sea at rates too high for fish species to replace themselves. And side scan sonar. Side scan sonar use a sonar device that emits conical or fan-shaped pulse down towards the sea floor across a wide angle perpendicular to the path of the sensor through the water, which may be towed from a surface vessel or submarine or mounted on the ship's hull. Side scan sonar image. The image shows the front view and side view of schematic of side scan sonar. The analysis shows that the side scan sonar creates an image of the bottom using sound wave. While this can look like a picture, the image depends on the interaction of the sound waves with the bottom. The system uses the time of the return to compute a distance and then displays the intensity of the return in a shade of array. Facts. According to a report released by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, about 95% of the world's fish stocks are either overfished or fished to their ecological limits. And interestingly, Malaysia is ranked 6th in the Asian area in terms of captured fisheries and is among the top 20 countries in the world. The example of side scan sonar methods in overfishing is the tiny tags will attach to fish that are tracked by sonar around the world's oceans will soon provide invaluable data to facilitate stock management and fish conservation. The image shows 10 largest countries that did overfishing in 2014 worldwide. The causes of overfishing. First of all, the poor fisheries management. A lack of management control and effective government rule has long hampered the fishing business. Second, the illegal, unregulated fishing activities. According to World Wildlife, the illegal fishing accounts for roughly 20% of global catch and up to 50% in particular fisheries. And third, the economic and food needs. The amount of fish that fishing businesses bring ashore is mostly determined by market availability and consumer demand.
Hello everyone, my name is Brian Abraham, and now I'm going to continue the presentation left off by my partner. Let's talk about the impact of overfishing on sea life. Firstly, it will have the cause of degraded ecosystems. Overfishing has the potential to devastate entire ecosystems. It has the potential to alter the size of remaining fish as well as how they breed and mature. When too many fish are taken out of the water, it produces an imbalance in the food chain, which can destroy the food web and lead to the extinction of other essential marine creatures such as sea turtles and corals. Next up is the decreasing food and economic security. Fish demand is growing all across the world, which means more businesses and employment are reliant on depleting sources. Fish is one of the most widely traded food commodities, with a global market of $362 billion. Hundreds of individuals in mostly developing coastal towns rely on fishing industry for a living, and fish is a key source of protein for half of the world's population. When fish become extinct, so do jobs and the economies of coastal areas. Excessive demand for seafood continues to fuel overfishing and environmental degradation, as well as worsening the problem. Next up, let's talk about the type of data used to investigate. To investigate the occurrence of this problem, a side-scan sonar can be utilized to detect marine life. This method is called bioacoustics, and it is the primarily used in biomass estimation. Bioacoustics is a cross-disciplinary science that combines biology and acoustics. Usually, it refers to the investigation of sound production, dispersion, and reception in animals, including humans. As the sound pulse moves through water, it comes into contact with atoms that have different density or acoustic properties than the surrounding medium, such as fish, which reflect sound back towards the source. These echoes offer data on the size, location, abundance, and behavior of the fish. Typically, data is processed and analyzed using software such as EchoView. Next up, let's talk about the solutions to overfishing. First, influencing the global market. The United States imports 90% of its seafood, making it world's top fish importer. In North America, WWF works with 40 corporate partners who supply from over 550 different fisheries. Working with the largest seafood consumers, traders, and sellers helps to harness the private sector's purchasing power to enhance fishing methods, management, and conservation. It also offers financial assistance and incentives to anglers who are committed to long-term sustainability. Next is ending illegal fishing. The WWF tries to prevent criminals from stealing from legal fisheries, reducing the effectiveness of competent management. Through government regulation and voluntary private sector measures, WWF and its partners aim to restrict borders in major fish importing nations to illegally and unsustainably harvested seafood. Next up is addressing fishing subsidies. Some of the world's wealthiest countries continue to pay billions in fishing subsidies to keep ailing fishing industry alive. Subsidies of this magnitude provide a powerful incentive to increase fishing fleets and overfish. Through the World Trade Organization, WWF is fighting for countries to stop damaging fishery subsidies that contribute to overfishing. And finally, creating and expanding marine protected areas. From the Arctic to the tropics, WWF promotes the construction and management of well-designed marine protected areas around the world, conserving important fish species. People in places where fishing is such an important component of coastal communities' livelihoods benefit from community-managed areas, which are generally founded on traditional knowledge and customary practices. And finally, the conclusion. It is imperative that we unify our efforts in curbing overfishing so that it doesn't affect the yields from years to come. Such actions will only bring bad news for the generations that ensues ours and doom them to a depleted and collapsed ecosystem, which depends on each other to thrive. Not only does aquatic life are affected, but lives that are on shores close to the related species are concerned as well. As stated previously, there are multitudes of solutions to be employed in order to adjust the dwindling marine life populations, and individuals of different levels of authority are capable of making change of great magnitude, because this pressing matter should be taken seriously. That's all from me, and thank you for watching this video.